Okay, well, add that to the 37mm we had yesterday. Ooh. They said nearly 50mm. They weren't far away. Anyway, morning world, welcome to Monday 25th of November, and the first thing I want to say is congratulations to Mr. Westwood. I think your petition requesting a new general election is going to hit the 2 million mark by lunchtime today. The other thing, not worthy of a mention, but I'll mention it anyway, is I saw the new Jaguar advert this morning, and to be honest, I won't watch it again because it was rubbish, but it was kind of, what on earth are they talking about? What, if anything would put me off buying a Jaguar, it would be associated with that kind of thing. And if I owned a Jaguar, I'd seriously be thinking about getting rid of it. I mean, who's the new target customer? Is it the, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Strange from the planet Weird? I don't know. I know what the world's coming to, but I don't like it, and I'm staying here, where people are nearly always just about normal. Go on, out you go. Thank you. Go on, out you go. Right, we're going to just scratch the surface in here and get rid of some of this loosey, mucky stuff, and put a fresh dressing of wood chip in, or shall I just put it straight on top of this? It wouldn't actually hurt to build this layer up a little bit, actually. I'll think about that. Whatever happens, some wood chips coming back in here in a minute. Dropped in a little bit of a lump there, but never mind. Right, so that's that side kind of refreshed. All I got to do now is convince them all to go from in there to in here. This will probably be couple of weeks of training before they get this sussed out as to what I actually want them to do. Mind your head. Go on, mind your head. Mind your head. Go on, mind your head. Stupid person. Right, go on. You lot, in there. Go on. Up you go. In. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. Go on. Go on. Keep going. And you, Orny. Go on. Go on. Thank you. Go on it. Go on. That's it. Keep going. You got the idea. Hopefully, a few days, they'll have this sussed. This will take just a minute or two. Go on. Get your head round. Go on. Thank you. And you. Go on. You look like a March beef box to me. Easy as that. So I reckon, again, I'm only going to worry about the wet sloppy bit for now, which is what, 1-2 bucketfuls? Scratch the wet off the top of there, bring it back, and then a layer of wood chip on top. So yeah, this is after 2 days of Storm Bert and 60 cattle with a wood chip base. I mean, we'll refresh that as well. I'm actually reasonably pleased that they stayed as clean as they have. wonder how many people in Parliament would like to come and swap places with me for the day. You know, they come here and muck out my cows, and I'll go and make up some silly rules that cost everybody a load of money. Yeah, that's a good idea. Stay in there. There you go. Well, that was 5 bucketfuls out, but that included the hay that they wasted out of the rack, which is just one of those things that's going to happen. I haven't mucked it right at the bottom by the gate where the hay was before I moved it. I'm using that space to turn the skid steer around on. Idea being is it would chew the stone up a bit less. Mind your noses. Actually, not that bad. I reckon if it's going to stay dry, let's do another day. So that wasn't too bad, considering it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is 2.5 days worth in reality. So this time last year I would have been doing this every single day. So the bed in there will last another day if it stays dry. If it was going to be wet all day today, I would have refreshed that, but there is still plenty of dry matter in there and not a lot of poo. They've kicked it into the wood chip, so we're going to get away with that for another day. Tomorrow we'll be doing that. There you go. You can go back out in the sunshine now. Not there's a lot of sunshine, it's just that bit for a minute. That'll thin them out a bit. I'll put another bale in there as well. Didn't have to, there's plenty out here, but that kind of means that it'll be probably Wednesday before I have to top up. Yeah. Another job for later on. Take that off. They don't forecast any snow anytime soon, but I wouldn't be surprised. Right, next bit of news. A few of you already know this, those that joined me on the live yesterday. North Yard concrete. I've been banging on about how I'm determined to get this concreted. I want to get at least this end done. It's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And now it looks like it might not. And that's not because I don't want to. I definitely want to. But we've had a couple of unexpected expenses come in. First off, my dad gifting me the farm before the budget. So I need to pull money out of here to plant a crop and do all the preparation down there. That's a few quid. And secondly, last week, our Land Rover cherry picker that you've seen featured a few times decided to die. So it's currently stuck up in town, waiting for an engineer to come out and rescue it. Now we know that they want some money spending on it. We knew that. We were kind of hoping that we wouldn't have to spend that money or replace it until March next year. The idea is, well, if we're going to make capital investment, we tend to do it at the end of our financial year, so end of March, and then we can get all the tax benefits from spending it at the end of the year. If you're in business, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it's died early. So I've got to go and find another cherry picker for the tree team. I mean, it's a machine we use nearly every day, so it's not something that we can really be without. So the money that I've put aside to do this, I've got to borrow it and take some of it to the farm to plant spring barley, and do the preparation for spring barley. And some of it's going to have to be lent to the tree company to help them buy a cherry picker. So after all that, me saying, oh, it's not going to happen, and one or two of you saying, oh, he's never going to do it, I will do it. It's going to happen. It's just not now. So it's a double-edged sword. In one way, I'm really disappointed I can't concrete the yard. But to be honest, it won't make a jot of difference to the cattle. The only thing concrete in the yard will do is make my life easier keeping it clean. That's the only difference. To them, won't make any difference at all. So Tim's still coming back to put the second rail in. Our feed gate to go in that gap over there hasn't arrived yet. That's coming from Mole Valley, from IAE. Once that's in and the field rails are done, the south end yard where I've been wood chipping it, that seems to be working quite well. So what I'm thinking of is wood chipping this yard, okay, and then letting the cattle come out here and feeding this end as well. So we're still going to use it this year. It's just not going to have the surface completed this year. So yeah, so to all of you who said, oh, he's not going to do it and he's talking rubbish, well, yes, but not deliberately. Bear with me. It will happen. So, like I say, as far as the cattle are concerned, I'm going to let them use this. As soon as Tim's got the rails in and the gates and all done, then I will let them in here, and we're just going to have to repair it next year before we concrete. That's just the way it is. So things happened. I wasn't expecting Dad to give me the farm. I wasn't expecting our cherry picker to die. It was too many expensive things in one go. And to be honest, the tree team need the cherry picker more than the cattle need a concrete floor. So there you are, now you know. Now I'm going to have a cup of tea. Right, shall we have a go at that? You're already loose. Maybe I could pull you straight out. Or maybe I can't. Okay, that's on there, and in such a way that I can move it around. So whether I'm going to paint it on there, I mean, I can paint the top, or do I take all these apart and do them individually? I mean, individually would look better, for sure, but how many are going to get actually up that close and personal and go, ooh, he didn't paint in between the cracks? That tyre deck looks a bit happier now. So the only thing is, not sure what pressure Harry put in there. I might actually have to let a bit out now. That's come off. Unless I decide to put it back on again. I've took it off, because sod's law, if I don't, it'll snow. I want the snow plough, and then I'll be spending too much time fiddle-faffing around with that. Think about it. You are? A bit of grass? A bit of grass? Mmm, yummy. Grass. You can have that. It's yours. How about that end? Do you want that? No? Yes? No? All right then. Anyway, before I paint it, I think it'd be put it on the skid steer, on the pallet forks, lift it up, power wash it off. Might even be a case of pick it up, put a chain around here and actually pick it up and power wash it off all underneath, and then paint the top, and then again probably pick it up when the top's dry and paint underneath. So I'm going to order myself a couple of cans of trade. I don't know, would you prime that first or just black it? Probably just black it, I think. You wouldn't believe that yesterday was a day of like wind and destruction and rain, and you know, it's actually quite nice today. So anyway, just had a cup of coffee. I just checked on the numbers of the petition. It's gone over 2 million now. So that didn't take very long. So maybe at the end of the day it'd be 3. Will it make a difference? Probably not a jot. End of the day, they're going to sort of look at it and go, well, only half the country voted for us anyway, so anything less than 30 million, don't matter. They wouldn't vote for us anyway. But it might just make them sit up and think about it a little bit, about some of the things they're doing that have upset more than a couple of folks. I think I can probably wriggle past that. Right, I need to get my Defender out because I've got a load of wood chip to deliver, and I also need to get a bag of logs out for ourselves. Can I get to a bag without moving that? A bit tight. They're too small for me. They're right for somebody with a little ditty log burner. I want some big ones, so that's more my kind of size. I might have to move in forward a few feet. Or not. Right, well, I would get my Land Rover out, except that the lads parked it in there and they've hidden the bloody keys. So I'm hoping somebody put them back on the hook up in the house. Otherwise, I'm scratching my head a bit. Found them. Right, where did my dog go? She's here somewhere. Probably hunting for mouses or hedgehogs. There she is. As long as I know where she is, that's all that matters. Right, that can stay there for a minute. I'll go and take a bag of logs up the house for Mrs. P. Got to keep Mrs. P warm, and then we'll come down and load that chap. God, it's wet. Nowhere near as wet as many, but wet enough. Oh, don't come out, you get mucky feet now. Next thing is you want to jump on my lap, ain't you? Hey? Well, they're not that clean, I suppose. Come on then. You all happy and content in there? Yeah? Bit mucky, but like I said earlier, nowhere near as mucky as it would have been if I didn't have this roof on here. So they are way better off than they were last year. So it's just shame about the concrete to the end. I'm still going to see if I can work out a way of doing that, but yeah. And Reg just rang me this morning and goes, I've decided you need this thing. Right, and he said, I know where there is one. You're definitely going to need it because I've sold mine and I ain't got one. Right, and he said, yeah, I'm going to go somewhere and look at it on December the 4th, 3rd, 4th. Do you want to come with me? I'll come and have a look. Yeah, very easy to spend somebody else, isn't it? You coming up then? Come on. It wasn't only dirty, it was wet as well. Right, I've had a little change around. The bucket was already on here, so no, I'll go load up the chip first, come back, swap the pallet forks over, do the log second. So I don't like leaving our front barn open when I'm not around there or no one's in it, but it's literally going to be a couple of minutes. gonna be heavy. A lot of rain fell on that last night. Right, that's that done. Yeah, I reckon looking at that, there's a load on there. Luckily for me, it's only about, as a crow flies, about half a mile away. On the road, 3/4 of a mile. So yeah, we'll be all right. Oh, missed. That's not like me. Oh, I see. I see. Right, okay. I managed to jab it under the cutter bar. Didn't miss. Just didn't have hold on it enough. So while we're here, I'll just move that out of the way. Where am I going to put you? I think I'm going to stick you over with that bale. Do in about there, I reckon. Right, let's go get Mrs. P a bag of logs. Just squeeze through there, and try to squeeze right in there. It's tight, very tight. Very, very tight. Right, I've got to get under that corner. This is not a very sensible lift. I got it. Ooh. I think I got it, sort of. Yeah, you're not really supposed to lift a pallet like that. Still tight. Well, I think we're okay. See? Laziness does pay sometimes. I know, you probably heard it. I might have swapped a little tiny weeny, incy wincy bit of paint. I don't actually know what touched. I think it was that. No idea. Take the empty one away. though it's been out in it for 2 days. That'll do. Right, don't clout the transit again. I only touched it, but you know, I don't do things there usually. It is tight, you know, and the sun is in my eyes, and the shadow and everything else, and the windows are dirty. So there's loads of reasons why it's not really my fault. What do you mean lazy? Or that might be the one reason it's my fault. Because I was being admittedly lazy. Right, we'll go and bring my Defender back round, deliver that load of chip, and then it's nearly dinner time. There's still a load of free wood there if somebody wants it. I mean, it's wet now, it'll want some drying out, but yeah, if you want it, that's free. Get your feet off of it. Thank you. Right, shall we? I had a bill from Tyre Right this morning. I was saying, oh God, here we go. Opened up, 108 quid. I thought, bruh, flipping hell, that was brilliant. 108 quid. And then realised that was the puncture on that earlier in the week. So, yeah, this is still going to be like 700. Plus the VAT. It's just one of those things where I haven't done it for 20 years on this. I mean, I put new boots on Dad's tractor earlier in the year, and now we've put new boots on this one. It's a wearing part, you know, you use the machine, you work it, and it's going to take, but they did last 20 years. I mean, the good years, and the back tyres are still original. And I reckon they're only, what, 60% gone? There's still 40% tread on them. That means they're good for another 10 years. Maybe. I left the dog stood by the barn door. As soon as she saw me walking in there, it was kind of, you carry on. I'll meet you back round there. Oh, she's changed her mind. I've decided to get mucky feet after all, have you? Princess P. Come on then. In for a penny. Gonna get it all over me seats. FOMO. She thinks I might go without her, as if I would. Come on, biscuit. Go on. Yeah, don't forget to wipe your feet on my seat. Lovely. Well done. Cracking job.